Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and in today's video we're going to take a look at one of the most powerful robot vacuums that we reviewed on the channel. And guess what? They claim that it could even avoid one of the most, I would say, difficult things to avoid when robot vacs are cleaning, and that's dog poop. And for the sake of this review, yeah, we're going to test that too. This is the Neabot. It's the Neabot Q11. Let's check it out. Now, the Neabot is a vacuum and mop combo that also features one of the best inventions that I've seen with robot vacs, and that is the fact that it self-empties, which is going to extend the life of your product. The other thing that's really cool about this vac is that the receptacle that captures the dirt or the debris as it's cleaning your floor, sweeping it, vacuuming it, it also is combined with the water tank. So you have a tank and dust collector combined in one. This is the first time I've seen something like this. Now, we did say that the Neabot Q11 is one of the most powerful vacuums that we reviewed on the channel. And that's because the suction level is one of the highest that I've seen, 4,000 PAs. And the other thing that makes this product really unique is the fact that it's super slim. It's one of the slimmest robot vacs that we reviewed. And what that means is that it's going to be able to get under most of your furniture, if not all of your furniture, because of how low this rides. The other thing about this robot is that it's not one of the type of robots that bumps and I would say clean. You see a lot of these robots out there that basically, as they're going through this area in your home, they're bumping against the wall until they figure out how things are supposed to be on your floor. In this case, this robot has advanced beam lidars. It's actually doing 3D mapping of your home. So it's not going to be bumping against your wall. It's going to know where things are. And it also uses this lidar to avoid obstacles. Now, the lidar is able to avoid, as they claim, shoes, cabling, and yes, even dog poop. Now, in my case, what I could see is that it did a really good job of avoiding it once. It even avoided it twice. But when it came to the third time, it fell victim to dog poop for sure. So 2 out of 3 times, it's not that bad. Now, the other thing about this robot is that it's fast and it's quiet. This tank, the water tank that we described that does mopping at the same time, has a 300 milliliter water tank. And the one thing that I really appreciate about it as it was cleaning is that it did not leave any spots on the floor. Now, this is not scrubbing your floor. It basically has a microfiber towel that it is moistened, and then as it's going over your floor, it's just wiping down the floor, which means that as soon as you do one cleaning, you'll want to take that microfiber towel, you'll want to maybe put it in your, washer and wash it out so that you can use it again. Now, the Neabot Q11 also features a boost feature, and that means that as it detects carpet, it is going to increase the suction level to be able to absorb more of the debris that's on the floor. So as it's on your hardwood floor, it's going to have one level of suction, or even on your tile, but as soon as it goes over, let's say a floor mat or anything that is detects as being a rug, it's going to increase the suction. Now, the other cool thing about this robot is that it can work with your home automation. So if you've invested in an Alexa or Google product where you can use your voice to start things, you can do that with this robot too. Now, we did talk about the mapping technology that this robot has. It actually has 3D scanning, and most of the robots that we reviewed on the channel have 2D. So what this translates to is faster cleaning of your living space. And as you can see by this map here, it does a really nice job of mapping out your home and also sectioning out areas so that you can determine which room you want to clean. Now, next, let's go ahead and check out the app. Now, if you do decide to pick up the Neabot Q11, I just wanted to highlight one thing for you, and that is that there are 2 apps in the marketplace. One of them will work and the other one won't with this one. So that could be a little confusing. So you'll want to choose the one that has the blue, as you can see here. Now, as you go in to the app, you're going to see your Neabot. We're going to go ahead into it, and so we're going to look at some of the options. You'll see how it's kind of like mapped out my home. You can do a partial clean, you can do a total clean, you can do an area clean. You'll notice that I have these 2 red areas here on the side, and that's because these are my no-go areas. Areas that I've told the robot that this is an area I don't want you to go to. And that was just doing a test. I actually have a series of robots that I'm testing on this side, and then I have some boxes and some scooters on the other. Now, what you'll see is that as it's covering everything, notice how the lines are so evenly, I would say, done. So it stays away from my walls. It actually runs on the sides of the walls, and then it's able to scan this really easily. Now, anything that is avoiding, it's because there's either furniture there or there's something in this specific area that doesn't allow it to pass. And I also put some obstacles just to test it out. Now, in addition to that, you do get on the very bottom your battery level, your minutes, the cleaning time, and then the area cleaned from the last setting. Now, if there are areas around your home that you want to keep the robot from entering, it's pretty easy to set that up. So the very first time you run the robot, it's going to run through your home really quick. It's not going to be doing a lot of cleaning. You may be wondering, hey, what is it doing? And it's because it's doing a scan. So it's going to go scan once, and then after it's scanned, then it will actually do the cleaning. So what you see is what I'm getting right here. So this is my first floor. This is my formal living room. And then what I have over here is my hallway, the bathroom area going into my laundry, and then this is my family room where we watch TV. And what you could do is you tap on this button here and you go into the forbid area. And then what you're able to do is just draw areas. I named each one of my areas. So you notice living room, hall. I named them because I want to be able to select which one of these rooms I'm going to clean. So I actually can tell it clean this room or clean that room. But then what you could do is you can tap on one of these areas and you can say, hey, I want to put an area where the robot should not go, right? So you can block it off and then you can just set it. So that gives you the ability to change things. And you notice at the very bottom you have all of the different room definitions, but then you can also name one yourself. Now, by simply clicking on the upper right hand icon here, you can look at the light settings because it has a little glowing light and you can adjust that. Find the robot, look at the cleaning plan, and then go into more functions. There's a lot of stuff here. You can reset your maps, you can work with the maps that you have, you can share your robot, there's a map manager, there's a firmware update, the cleaning record, and then consumables record. And the consumable record is going to tell you what's the life of the components that it has, like the brush, the strainer. All of those components are going to just be highlighted for you. Now, one other cool thing that you could do is you can actually control the robot. So there's an area here that is your remote control, right? And the remote control just allows you to drive the robot in a specific area because maybe it missed a spot, or maybe you're mopping and you just wanted to go into that spot. Now, as we mentioned, this is a dual combo robot, so it also has the ability to wet the floor. And you can determine how much liquid's going to go on the floor, and you could also determine the suction level. Now, the cool thing about the mop itself, as I mentioned, it really does a nice job of not leaving any spots behind. And you can see in my home, I have a mixed home. I have a home that both has tile and wood, and spot-free, I would say, floor. Wood floor is really important to me. Now, as we take a closer look at the robot, a couple things that you'll notice. First of all, the robot has two buttons, and those two buttons at the very top are what you'll press in order to enable the pairing. You have a cleaning button and a power button. The LED, as we mentioned, is something that you can configure. It doesn't have to be as bright as it is either. And then you'll notice here at the very top is the actual bin itself. And that bin does have a removable bag that can be swapped out when you use up that entire bag. Now, as we flip the robot over, there's a couple things that I'll highlight here. First of all, you do have that rotary brush that's going to pick up the debris. You'll notice that it also has a little rubberized thing that's going to help even more. Microfiber towel, and the wheels are pretty rugged. You also have the little whisker tool that's going to bring in all the debris into the robot. Now, on the very back of the robot, you have the water tank combo that also has the dustbin. All you have to do is stick your fingers into that area, squeeze together, and they'll both come out. Now, as we take a look at the tank itself, you'll notice that it's very easy to fill. It also has a filter, so you won't be, as it's cleaning the floor, it's not going to be throwing dust all over the place. And the metal areas that you saw there are your contact points for charging. So guys, that wraps up our review of the Neabot Robot Vac. See you in the next one.